Okay, apologies for terrible sound and poor camera, a cheap old camera, but we're going to try and get some on water shots. The wind's very up and down, and a few white horses. I'll try a 5 metre. Normal wingfoiler would take a 4, but I need a lot to get going at the moment, and hopefully we get some flights. Bit less wind than there was yesterday. The seagulls were flying backwards yesterday, so they're going slightly forwards. So let's see what we get. Let's hope with a nice long flight and a bit of action. Okay, let's have a little look here. It's quite sheltered behind this bush and getting a bit wavy once you're about 50 yards out. I'll just show you. Now it looks like the wind doesn't start up till about halfway across the loch, so we'll have to flounder our way across there and then hopefully get upwind. Best be easing off a bit, I think. See how we get on. So I settled for the 5 metre here and just moving down. Got my nice new waist leash on into the water. Can't really see how rough it is. It is pretty bouncy. It's a beginner's foil covered in scratches. You see the wind's going mad at the moment, and then you'll notice that just moments after I get on and flip the rig, and there, and then the wind just disappears. Oof. How about that? Anyway, let's cut to halfway across the loch. There we are. We're just lifting on the foil now, and up she goes. And then try to move a little bit upwind, and then as a really big gust just comes in to just overwhelm me. Yeah, there it goes. Very exciting, but not much in control. You can always tell if it's really windy because the rig actually flops around and flies itself. So here we go, another go, but then I think the wind is even stronger at this particular part of the loch, which is just before it switched off. So it's fairly quickly up on the foil here, and we're up there, and I'm just thinking of going upwind, but dipped it and then losing control of the rig, and then and coming back was even worse. I don't think I got more than about 40-50 yards on the foil, none of it in control. So I was just trying to accelerate here, but it was hopelessly overpowered. Just too far forward with the hands as well. But I think it turned downwind and I just went out of control, and the foil shot out of the water. Just about to go now, let's see. Still in the water. I think it was only in the foil for seconds. Yeah, we're on the foil now. Trying to keep it down. Push the nose down, there's just far too much lift. Still, flight took place. Then I think what we've got is a second attempt going out. Well, no, I didn't go too far downwind, so I must have managed some upwind before all the floundering around. Yeah, philosophical. Can't hear what I'm saying just as well. So this was the second attempt, but then the wind just went mad straight away. That's a good force 4 or 5. So a 4 metre would have been almost manageable. And then you could just see the wind in the water there. Really good, but just a bit too much. Here comes a big gust. You can just see it to the right hand side over my arm. Now you see it in the water now. And again, too much lift because too much wing. And nose dive didn't help. Not much in the way of control. Let's just dive in. There we go. And it's as easy as that. fantastic. And I think if you can hear the actual soundtrack, although it's very muffled with the waterproof housing, I said, the client was, no, I'm not going out in that. So I just went back in, stayed on my knees, trying to control the rig. You can see it's well overpowered there. Trying to get you wet. So that was fairly classic St Mary's. So it's like really gusty patches that are way too much, and then little gaps like you saw at the beginning when it was nearly the first run, nearly at the other side, and then it just dropped. And then I tried a second run and it's just crazy. Whew. And then, well, it's still a bit crazy, but that was good fun. It's I'm impressed with this. It's my new waist leash, so I'm not stepping on it all the time and wrapping it around my ankle, which is really good. Very pleased with that, and I hope you've had a laugh at me trying to wing foil. Let's try and do it better next time.